Hey, good morning. Good morning. We're going to ping some people in. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Well, good morning, Brian. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are pinging some people in this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. We'll be back. All right, let's ping some people into this space. Super excited about today, Brian. I think today we should start off introducing ourselves and then our money affirmations. We have some money affirmations that I think we are going to adopt in this space. Brian, introduce yourself for those that will come back for the replay.
Well, good morning, everyone. This is Mr. Brian Jubert, aka the Tax Pro. Hey, and I'm in the tax business, in it for 27 years, specializing in business taxes, real estate, and overall teaching, though. And I think what separates me from most tax companies, I have a true desire to educate and teach. And it's funny because I saw group that I'm in. I'm in a couple of different tax groups, and people talked about, just getting in and doing people's stuff, and the computer does all the work, and that can be further from the truth when you deal with a tax professional. And that's what I consider myself, a professional strategist, because the computer does the calculation. I do the strategies, the information, the knowledge part of it. So make sure that you find yourself a Brian when you're considering your taxes.
I love that, Brian. Make sure you find yourself a Brian when you consider your taxes. So we're still talking about limited belief systems and blockages, and I'm going to put the link up so that and Brian, you can tell me what you want to put up today, but I'm going to put the link up today so that you can make sure that you are in contact with Brian, and you may know somebody else who you can refer to what Brian does or what I do, especially when it comes to the blockages, limited belief blockages. Hey, Brian, I sent you an email with some ebook titles on it. Did you get it? I might have sent it to the wrong email.
Yes, I got
Okay,
it.
cool, cool, cool.
Yeah,
Good,
I've
good,
been
good.
wanting.
Just look up. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
I just want to make sure you got it. It's just something to start us a brainstorming as to the direction we want to go in. Okay, and I want us to have this out by April when it's Financial Literacy Month, if we can do that. Okay.
All right, no doubt.
Cool beans. So listen, so I am Dr. Tavis Taylor. I am a business strategist by title, but in addition to that, I am also a mindset coach. I help to shift your thinking, having a PhD in positive neuropsychology. I help you get to the root of why you think the way that you think and give you some ways so that you can shift your mindset. And one of the areas is when it comes to money. One of the things that I know for sure is your conversation around money has to be challenged. It just really, really does. We are in tax season 2024 for the 2023 year. And as there'll be some that get refunds back, some who don't get them back, some that have to pay. But our mindset has to be shifted because all of these belief systems that we have um, comes from the foundation of who we are, how we was raised, and all of that. And we have to understand that we have conscious and subconscious belief systems. In addition to that, one of the entire problems that I think is our conversation. We have internal conversations, we have external conversations, we have conversations with friend A, B, C, and D. And I want you to do a wellness check or a gut check of what is your money conversation across the board. Because you can have a money conversation um, with person A that's different than person B. And I know you're like, what are you talking about, Dr. Tavis? I need for you to check your money conversation and your money dialogue. For example, when you are speaking to your parents, conversation positive or negative? When you are speaking to your spouse or your inner circle about money, is that conversation positive or negative? When you pull up to the gas station and it's just you and you alone, what is your conversation about the prices at the gas pumps? We have subconscious and conscious beliefs about money and about everything, right? And so what the reason I'm asking you to do this check is to see where are you missing it and how is it that you need to reprogram your subconscious, which in turn will change your internal dialogue, which in turn changes your external dialogue as it pertains to money itself. Hey, Brian, I want to yield to you to tap in just even in that moment of the conversations because I was sitting here thinking about it and thinking about different pockets of people and different pockets of friends that we have. We have so many different pockets of conversation and people that sometimes we're trying to figure out, why is my money like this? When is my money at its best? When is it at its lowest? When do I find myself um, rethinking my finances, even though gas prices have increased, even though we're in a pandemic, epidemic, systemic, whatever the case may be, we still have to revisit this in our conscious thinking to see what is my energy and my mindset about money the majority of the time. Because what you think about, your reticular activating system is going to filter in. It's going to filter in those things that you think about, those conversations that you have, and you're going to start to attract more conversations and more situations that represent the conversations that you are having. I just believe, Brian, that we need to tackle into this space and this time because I just don't think we've thought about, wait a second. I have one conversation with Dr. T about money. I have another conversation with my children about money. I have another conversation with my tax specialist like Brian about money. I have another conversation with my pastor about money. And we got all of these different diverse conversations around money. And what Brian and I want to do, right, is to stop, is to give you the capacity to recognize these situations and these different circumstances that we give you as limited belief systems that's causing the blockages in what you desire to have as it pertains to money. If that blessed you, put a 5 in the chat box. And Brian, this is some fresh revelation hot off the press. I did not realize this, that sometimes because we have so many different conversations with money, this could be where those could be the source of this could be our limited belief system. Brian, I want to yield to you about that.
Yes, Dr. Tavis, that was good. But I'm gonna tell you a lot of the problem, Dr. Tavis. When you say we have a lot of conversations about money, the problem is a lot of people do have a lot of conversations about money, but they don't have conversations with the right people about money. And so that's why it never really manifests. You're talking, sometimes you're talking to people who can't even understand where you're trying to go. So y'all talking about money and they really can't give you no positive feedback because they can't even imagine what you're talking about when you're talking about saving a particular amount of money. So you got to watch who you have conversations with. Sometimes you have conversations about people that tell you about money and the things you should be doing and never did it. So they can't never give you a blueprint. You're talking to them, but they can't even give you a blueprint how to get there because they've never been there. So that's idle conversation. It sounds good, but we have to understand that we got to get in circles. We got to reach out to people that actually been there, done that. And it's just still amazing to me, Dr. Tavis, that I don't get very many people to reach out to me. Like I'll get people to praise me all day. I'll get people to drop stuff in my inbox, praise me, but they never reach out and ask me questions. Never ask how I did this, how I go there, how I'm able to move like this, or anything. And that's amazing to me. So my thought process is when I talk to most people, I talk to them as if they got it together. Like they got it where they need to be, where they want to be. Because again, if nobody's asking questions, my assumption is everybody got it going on because you already know it. And that's surprising to me. So again, we really have to think about those type of things, and we got to think about alienating people. We're scared to hurt people's feelings and alienate people, but you still have to do what's in the best interest of you. And you're not doing it in a nasty way. You're just protecting your peace. So when you start having to get in better situations and have to distance yourself from people and not have the same conversations, that ain't hurt nobody's people. That ain't hurt nobody's feeling. That's protecting your peace. And if they can't understand that and they feelings get in the way, then you're gonna have to reevaluate that relationship. Because if I'm not where I'm at financially and it's basically creating a problem with me, I'm unhappy, I'm depressed, I'm all these things, that's not protecting my peace. So we have to think about it from that standpoint. And so that's why tonight, if y'all get opportunity, I do my show at 6 o'clock tonight. I'll have Rhonda on, who's my financial advisor, and we'll talk. We're going to talk money, we're going to talk finances, we're going to talk investments. So if you're not familiar how to do a lot of this stuff, you say, well, I'm not sure where to start, I'm not sure what that means or this word means, I hear that word. This is a perfect time to ask questions, to listen in, to find out. So if you're on Instagram, Facebook, I'll be streaming live at 6 o'clock. And so just tune in, ask questions, inbox me or something. But we gotta practice this stuff, and we gotta understand it's part of our calling to be financially happy. One of the easiest things, okay, when we talk about money and shaping your money mindset, one of the easiest things that I always told myself, and I learned early on, and I just always reminded myself of this, is that it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. We've heard that a million times, but most people don't live by that. When you start living by that and start really focusing on, it's not how much I make, it's how much I keep. Every piece of money you have, focus on keeping more of it. And I guarantee you'll see a shift in your financial situation. We hear it, but we don't think about it. you know it is extremely important that you just consistently remind yourself. So if it's one affirmation that you're going to remember and practice, is not how much I make, how much I keep. And that's important, because when you think about it, it don't matter how much you make, because if you're keeping none of it, at the end of the day you're still broke. So think about that, and see how impactful that is. If I keep most of the money I make, then my lifestyle is going to be better. My lifestyle is going to be better. So it starts with saying it and believing it, and then following it. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, Brian. It does. One of the things that I enjoy about this conversation and this dialogue, number one, so that's tonight with Rhonda, because Rhonda is the GOAT, right? She knows if you're looking for investments, anything, I think everybody should try to be on tonight, um, so that you can be a part of that conversation with Rhonda. She knows what she's talking about. I want to ask a question, Brian, and I will always ask this question because I do know that this is um, truly life changing conversations that we're having because of the reticular activating system. And so we're reprogramming your brain every time we have this conversation. Some of you may experience different things. You may feel anger, you may feel upset, you may feel as if, we don't know what we're talking about. I want you to gauge your body language. Are your hands starting to sweat? How are you feeling? Your neurological system. How are you feeling when I say these things? Because first we want to talk about limited beliefs, right? And there are some things that we were raised hearing and some things that have been out there. Some of us, and all of these don't apply to you, but whichever ones do, I need for you to do a self check. And if any of these resonate with you, you could possibly have a money block flow because of your limited beliefs. When I say money is the root of all evil. Now, before you super Christians correct me, I know it's the love of money that's the root of all evil, but people don't say that. They say money is the root of all evil. Have you subconsciously felt, I don't deserve to be rich? Have you thought money is scarce and hard to come by? Or maybe you thought rich people are greedy and dishonest. Did you think I'll never be able to make enough money? Have you said, I'm not good with money? Did you know that all of these statements impact your ability to even have a free flow of money? That you are constantly blocking by these limited beliefs your capacity to even make or receive more money. Let me know what you all think about that. Brian? And if anybody on the stage, I mean, in the audience, want to come up and engage in this dialogue, we definitely welcome it. Go ahead, Brian.
And the thing is too is is when we say that the love of money is the root of all evil. It's not money. The love of money is not, because there's nothing wrong with loving money. It's worshiping money is the problem. Is because the thing is, I can love money. I can love money. I can love to make money. I can love to have money, because know why? I cannot change things without money. It's going to be extremely hard for me to change and give. Like we also, we want to serve, we want to give. You can, but to serve the masses, you're going to need money. If you say, I want to go and go across the world and help people, airline tickets, hotels, food, all that costs money. So to love money is fine, but to worship money. So when we talk about worshiping money, that's when you start to do anything for money. When you start to treat people bad, when you start to do illegal things, when you start to do all of those things for money, just to have it in your presence, that's when it becomes bad. But if you love money, because we understand money is only a tool to build the greater things that we need. So you can have a love for it, just don't abuse the process to get into it. That's the problem. Because anything that you love, you're gonna probably put a little bit more, work into. You're gonna put a little more faith into. You're gonna just put a more care into it. So it's okay. Because if you use that money that you love to make to help other people, where's the bad in that? The problem is when you start selling your soul for money. So when you start worshiping money and putting money before everything that's good, then you have a problem. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, Brian. That makes a lot of sense. And a lot of sense. And one of the things that we have to know, Brian, is that when we talk about limited beliefs as it pertains to money, and we have to look at how it affects our body, because it does. It really affects our entire being. It We can look at that on next week, but it affects our whole entire body. And we don't even think about it, right? We don't think about that. One of the things we don't think about, or several things we don't think about, is when we have limited beliefs about money, it affects our emotions, which in turn can affect our body. You got stress and anxiety, right? Chronic stress and anxiety affects your body. When you're constantly worrying about your financial stability and all of that, it triggers the body stress response. And so you got some physiological things that happens: elevated blood pressure, increased heart rate. And think about it, you got physical tension. Oh, have you ever said, oh, my neck, oh, my shoulders, all of that, all of this tension, it can lead to headaches, sleep problems. We all know that financial worries will disrupt your sleep like never before. So then you got a lack of quality of sleep, which in turn causes a decrease in your immune system functions, which in turn makes you more susceptible to having chronic illnesses, digestive digestive issues. Did you know that stress and anxiety related to limited beliefs about money can affect your digestive system? Have you ever got a bill and you was like, oh my God, I'm about to throw up? Or oh my God, my stomach is loose. And then it weakens your immune system. And over time, if you keep having that stress and anxiety that's associated with money, guess what's going to happen? Your immune system is going to be weakened. All in all, overall, it affects your entire emotional well-being. And you got to think about it. You got feelings of frustration, hopelessness, low self worth. All of these negative emotions in turn contribute to what? Mood disorder. So you're in a bad mood. So then depression sinks in. And then when depression sinks in, you don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to do anything. You start eating too much. You get fatigued. All of those things are affected. It's so important that we really recognize and truly address all of the limited beliefs about money so that we can promote, number one, a healthier lifestyle, then a healthier mindset, and then an overall the picture of your overall life tends to change. But these are things that I want you all to think about, because the limited beliefs and everything that's happening about money, they are affected, and they affect your body in these ways. Brian?
Oh, nah, but I agree with you on that. And the one other thing that we miss on that too, Dr. Tavis, is when we talk about money affecting your health, it does. And I always say this: think about how you walk when you have a pocket full of money, or you got paid, or you got some money. Your walk, your chest poked out more. The way you strut is totally different. It's totally different from when your finances are funny. When you're in a good place financially, your like when you go into stores, the whole thought process is different. And so you have to think about that. If your thought process is different, and your demeanor and your walk and your talk is all that different when you have money and you're in a good place versus when you don't, those two emotions have an effect on your body. Like when you go through those highs and lows. So when you consistently have money, that means you probably on a consistent high for the most part. So now your health is a lot better. But then when we have money, the other component that we don't think about when we say money can affect your health, like Tab, you shop at different places. When your money is funny, Whole Food is too high. Now we know Whole Foods and Sprouts might have a few better products. We know to be a little bit more healthier, it's going to cost us a little bit more to eat healthier. We already know this. But if I had money and that wasn't an issue, I'm gonna probably start buying and shopping more healthier because the money is not an issue. If I start buying and shopping and cooking healthier, I'm gonna have a healthier lifestyle. My body's gonna feel better. I may live longer. I may live better in the moment. But when my money's not funny, we ain't going to Whole Foods and Sprouts because they too expensive. We're cutting corners on the way we eat when our money's funny. All of that matters. People with money, they looking for a chef. So if it affects our overall conditioning, it changes everything because they want a chef to help them cook healthy. So that differs from you basically putting something together which you can because what you can afford as opposed to somebody who's cooking healthy for me every day. Another example, like with me, except the average person couldn't imagine spending money. I go to the chiropractor once or twice a week. I go to stretch therapy once or twice a week. I get a massage once a week. So when we start talking about self-care and doing all these things to feel better, to prolong, people ask me how I move like I move and how I go like I go and all these and when do I sleep and when do I do these things. But if you look at the things that I'm doing, that allows me to be out at every network event. That allows me to travel without restrictions because I'm doing all of these things to take care of my body. But know what all those things cost? Money. I tell people, I don't be knowing what people be feeling when they tell me the different things that's going on with their body. But having access to money allows me to live a healthier lifestyle. So overall, money does affect your health, even indirectly like that. Being able to do the things that you need to do to take care of your body. It's people that don't take certain medicines, don't want to buy certain medicines or vitamins or prescriptions or whatever because it costs too much. That means you're not at your optimal. So when you start talking about money can affect your health, it affects your health indirectly like that as well. But now because I'm not doing all the things I need to do and I don't have the money to buy the things I need to buy to eat the way I need to eat and take what I need to take, then my stress level is up. My cholesterol is up. My blood pressure is up. All those things that I had aching on my body is now it's out there, and I can't do the things I want to do physically because I don't have the finances to get what I need to get those things corrected. So money is affecting, and I'll say lack of money is indirectly affecting my health. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, it does. It does. And so, Brian, my the thing that I want to point out though is, in addition to what we're talking about, is it's so important that we have this conversation because tax season is here. And because tax season is here, Brian, I want you to talk about number one, if there's any new um, things that you want to tell us about, and tell us about what you have going on for this evening as well, Brian, because all of this revolves around money and we've got to make money our friend. And I know we've been plowing at this, and I know, and I'm so proud, honestly, of how we're looking at things and we're seeing things differently and all of that. Um, but let's talk about it because having Donna tonight, what's her name? Is it Donna?
Rhonda?
Rhonda. Having Rhonda tonight, I remember that first conference you did. Well, it wasn't the first one; it was the first one we all attended, and she was on point. Having her on tonight, and being able to even see, what is what, and listening to her, and being able to have a safe place to invest. People looking for investments. Rhonda is. I was so impressed with her when I first heard her speak because she knows her stuff. So, yep, Shayna's here. Shayna, make sure you're listening to Brian on tonight. Brian, let's talk about that because we got to make money our friend. And what better way to start than with our taxes? Let's go, Brian.
Yeah, and that and like I said, you talk about making money your friend. That peace of mind is a beautiful thing, man. It's we can deny money. People can say all day money don't bring you happiness, and that's one we hadn't really talked about. And I always say broke don't bring you happiness neither. So if I had my choice, I'm gonna try with money. And so we have to get rid of that when people say money don't bring you happiness. Yes, money does bring you happiness. Money alone don't always bring you happiness. And it's not every situation, but I guarantee you, you have a better chance of having happiness when you have money versus when you don't. So when we say money don't bring you happiness, I challenge pretty much everybody on here, and I'm not gonna say it falls for everybody, but I normally say about 85 to 90% of the things that you are unhappy with, money probably can change that. Because a lot of times we're just happy because financially we can't. We our bills every month. We stress at the end of the month because we at the beginning of the month we got to pay these bills, and now we don't have much left. Or my child trying to go to school, and I got to come up with this tuition. So that's stressing me out. All my car note coming up, the house note coming up. I wanna get me another house, but I can't afford to because this is that. Money will change all of that, which will bring you happiness. I want a vacation more. I want to go. I need to get away. I need more trips, but my money don't allow me to do it. So we got to get away from that thinking of money don't buy you happiness. Money does buy you happiness. Let me tell you, I love water. I love beaches. I love sun. I love traveling. And when I'm there, I'm extremely happy. And I try to do it as often as I can. And know what allows me to do that? Money. And I'm happy. So money is buying me happiness. Now, I'm not going to say money alone. Again, it ain't like if you just have money, because we all want to throw out there, well, it's a lot of millionaires and billionaires that have money, that ain't happy. But nobody said money alone. It's other factors, but I guarantee you, if they are depressed and they are unhappy, they would be unhappy without money as well. So again, if you take the money away and whatever they dealing with, believe me, it is gonna be a dire situation. So we got to change that thinking too. And this is why I tell people: find your joy, find your peace, and it may not be in money, but find your joy. Find what makes you happy. Find your peace. And if then you add money to that equation, you unstoppable. You unstoppable at that point. Your life is a beautiful thing. You're super happy and you're in a position to bless other people. So if you find your joy without money and then you get money, oh, you wouldn't even imagine where your life gonna go. And so that's very important, man. That's impactful. We gotta understand we have to do that thinking. So, we probably talk about that a little bit tonight on the show. And one of the things I want to just really get people to understand how easy it is to start investing, and that's why I wanted Rhonda to come on, and basically give a lot and even be transparent with my situation, and what I'm setting up myself to do and what I've started years ago was like I can be happy on it because I'm not worried about what's gonna happen in the future. I'm not worried about, if I have to live another 20 years, what my money gonna be or where it's gonna be, which is the number one fear right now. People are scared that they're not gonna outlive, that they're gonna outlive their money. And so that's why I'm not scared of that. So I don't have to worry about that. Leaving a legacy, leaving your children something. I'm not worried about that. As I keep saying, my daughter's gonna be an instant millionaire when I die, whenever that may be. And so this is what we have to do to control our own happiness, start putting ourselves in position that nobody can affect what we have going on. And that's the kind of things we're going to talk about, how easy it is, different avenues that you can get into, because a lot of times we just don't know what is out there. We hear people talk about investing thinking we need so much money and we need this amount of money. No, you don't. And so we're just going to dispel some of the myths that's out there and then how to get started. A lot of times we don't know who to go to. That's one of the things we're taking away of who to go to. So, it's going to be impactful in that sense. If all you do is take action, then it's going to be no excuse of why you can't get started.
Brian, this has been a really, really solid conversation. And I'm really grateful that we have access to the dialogue on tonight and everything that we've been discussing since we've been in this space. And I um, I am going to put the link up for tonight or your website. I know I have the um, LMB website in there. Is there a link for tonight, or is it going to be on Instagram?
Now, it's on Instagram and Facebook. I stream live.
Well, cool beans. Make sure you are following Brian so that you can get that information on tonight as well. If there's anybody in the audience who have any questions whatsoever, I want you to raise your hands and come up, or even if this is at least two people, come up and say, "Hey, this is how this blessed me on today." So go ahead, raise your hand, and we will be more than happy to bring you up. Anybody, anybody, anybody? Maybe it was just that good, Brian, that they don't want to come up. I do want to do some affirmations before we even decide if we're going to exit this space. Let me find them. I'm excited about this conversation, Brian, just because I think that our mindsets are being shifted every time we have a conversation and a dialogue about money. I think credit reports have been pulled. People are working on their credit score, they're working on different things. And I just believe, Brian, that our work, for real, is not in vain. So let's get it started with our affirmations. I am abundant in all areas of my life. I am abundant in all areas of my life. I am a magnet for financial prosperity and abundance. I am a magnet for financial prosperity and abundance. I'm just going to do 10 of these. I am worthy of receiving unlimited wealth and blessings. I am worthy of receiving unlimited wealth and blessings. I am a wise steward of my financial resources. I am a wise steward of my financial resources. I am divinely guided to make wise financial decisions. I am divinely guided to make wise financial decisions. Oh, I am attracting lucrative opportunities and prosperous partnerships. I am attracting lucrative opportunities and prosperity partnerships. I am a money magnet, attracting wealth and prosperity with every thought. I am a money magnet, attracting wealth and prosperity with every thought. Now, how do you feel? Here is the thing: people will tell you that affirmations don't work. They do. The more you retrain your brain, your RAS, the more you retrain that part of your brain, the more you're going to filter in situations that coincide with what you're putting in. So the more you're talking positive about money, having a positive relationship about money, even if you have a relapse or a setback, as they say in the country, know that you're retraining your brain, and it takes 66 days to change a habit. Of course, you need to do positive affirmations every day. But remember, if you're 50, you can't change 50 years of behavior overnight. Just keep going, keep plucking away at it, and I just believe you'll get exactly what you desire. Brian, what are your final words?
Now, it's funny that you mentioned affirmations because actually I was going to speak on that tonight, though, kind of talk about that. So, yeah, I definitely want to tune in to see what I have to say about that. But it's funny, when with black people and affirmations. But I'm gonna talk on that tonight. Yeah, and so yeah, definitely, because all it is really reprogramming, like you said, is really just telling yourself and creating the beliefs and you gotta believe it. We gotta believe it when we say it. And that's the only way that it works. So yeah, definitely affirmations. Find you one, two, three that you like, and every day when you wake up and say it. If you don't think you're worthy, just get up and every morning start saying, I am worthy. I'm a money magnet. All of those things. Because, and my friends will tell you, I used to have all kind of T-shirts saying, I don't chase money, money finds me. I'm a money magnet. All those things from years and years ago. And I used to believe that. And eventually it manifests into your life. So you got to get up and whatever your doubt process is, create an affirmation for it. Find you one, come up with one, because it ain't no science to it. You can come up whatever you want. You just have to believe it, and that's how you win.
That was so good, Brett. I think I need to. I think I need to get me a T-shirt with the "I am a money magnet" on it. Huh? That sounds pretty dope. Brian, thank you so much for your time. We do not take it lightly. I do greatly appreciate you. We will be tuned in on tonight, and I know if I forget, Nichelle is going to remind me, and she don't realize I really be appreciating that she does that for me. In Jesus' name, Brian. Hey, this has been a great conversation. Can't wait to get you the replay. No, I do appreciate it, Nichelle, for real. This has been really good, Brian. I will definitely get you this replay. This is something that you can use in your arsenal. And I do have these some affirmations. If you want me to send them over to you, I'd be more than happy to share them with you.
Yeah, and they could send them over. And then, like, when you send me that stuff, if anybody's good at any of that, like helping me with when Dr. Tavis send me that stuff, putting it in something where I could put it on my site, where I could post it to social media, or any of that, or any way you think you can help me and I can help you, reach out to me and let's see how we can connect and partner. Because when you start
Oh,
building something that's on the next level, you can't do it yourself. I already know. I know me already. It's hard for me to do it anyway. But then when I start talking about the depths of success that I want for me and other people, that's worldwide. That ain't Georgia. So I need people in my corner to say, Brian, I can help you with this. Or how can you can help me with this? And so how can we serve each other where we both winning with our weaknesses?
oh, that's dope, Brian. So okay, yeah. I just had a brilliant idea. Yeah. So get with me about those names, and then we'll get that ebook done. I'll send it over to somebody to have it produced. We'll put our names on it, and we'll keep going because the month of April, I want us to do it really, really big, some new graphics and everything. So yeah, this is great. This is dope. I'm appreciating this conversation and where this is going, y'all. I believe that this blessed you all on today. I really, really do. Um, And I think that as we have these conversations, Brian, I'm telling you, when we get to the conference in December, it's going to be so like amazing at where we were last year, and to be able to get with the dream team and say, listen, first thing we're going to do before the dream team speaks, and I need to get on y'all's calendars for December. The first thing we're going to do is give y'all a praise report or an updated status as to where we were and where we are. And I'm telling y'all can take these testimonials and run with them yourselves. Okay, Brian?
Okay, and is the event in June still on in Mexico?
Yes. Nobody got with you?
No,
Okay.
I think I locked the dates and stuff down,
Okay.
but
I'll get your information to Lurleen because she's handling that. Okay.
okay.
And let you know where we're going to be. All right. Thank you, Brian.
All
Listen,
right, you're welcome.
I appreciate y'all so much. You're going to speak in Mexico. You're going to work a little bit, Brian. Okay. Okay. Listen, thank you all so much for joining. This has been a dope conversation on today. I am Dr. Tavis with my millionaire mentor, Brian Joubert, who I've known for 20 plus years. One of the things I admire about my millionaire mentor is he is the exact same as as he was when I met him. What does that mean? He's still integral. He still studies his crafts. He's still growing, and he still wants to see people win, even when they don't know they're losing. Brian, thank you so much for being who you are. Listen, y'all, this room has been amazing. For those that will come back from the replay, whether you're on YouTube, whether you are on YouTube or in somebody's membership database, wherever you are, do me a favor and click on the link up top, and you should be able to. Well, I don't have it up top. Anyway, we'll put it in the next one, so that you'll be able to have access to me and Brian and everything that we are doing. Thank you all so much for joining. Hey, Brian, give your website so that the people who are listening can write it down. Give your website for us.
All right, so since we're in the midst of tax season, I'll give you that one. Um, and that's lbtaxservice.com, like living better, taxservice.com. And also, like anybody that want to network and get into different events, man, we got events coming up again in February at the RB Solution Center. So go to the rbsolutioncenter.com as well, and you'll see the events that's coming up for February. And I do have probably one more that we're going to put on there. So make sure that y'all stay connected, man, because we got a lot of impactful things going on. But feel free to ask me any questions. If you have any concerns, tax issues, I don't care where you at. I don't care what you owe. I don't care what you don't have. Let's get it taken care of.
Thank you so much, Brian. And we will be on tonight for you and Rhonda. Excited about that conversation. And thank you all so much for joining. I know this blessed you as it does every week. We're chipping away at that embedded mindset, that mindset that we had growing up as it pertains to money. We're chipping away at that one conversation at a time. And I do believe, Brian, in the next 3 to 5 years, we will have about 15 millionaires that come from these conversations that we're having. I just believe that to be true. Thank you all so much for joining. This room will be closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make it a great day. Bye.